Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we are taking a close look at one of the most interesting modern Washington quarters. Top 3. First up, the 1981 D Washington quarter. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary 25-cent coin that millions of Americans used every day. However, many collectors actively search for this coin because high-grade examples, beautiful uncirculated pieces, and rare mint-era varieties can be worth far more than their face value. While most 1981 D quarters are common in circulated condition, finding one with exceptional preservation or a dramatic mint error can be surprisingly rewarding. This is why collectors continue checking pocket change, old coin jars, bank rolls, and inherited collections in hopes of discovering an overlooked treasure. In this video, we will explore everything you need to know about the 1981 D Washington quarter, including its history, design, rarity, value, errors, investment potential, and what makes certain examples much more valuable than others. The 1981 D Washington quarter was produced during a period when the United States economy was facing significant challenges. Inflation remained high, interest rates reached record levels, and Americans were feeling the effects of an economic slowdown. Despite these financial difficulties, the U.S. Mint continued producing quarters for everyday commerce because they remained one of the nation's most widely used circulating coins. The Washington quarter itself has a much longer history. It was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The coin proved so popular that instead of being a one-year commemorative issue, it permanently replaced the standing Liberty quarter. By 1981, the Washington quarter had already become one of America's most recognizable coins, used daily by millions of people. The 1981 D issue is especially interesting because it belongs to a period just before the U.S. Mint began improving minting quality in later years. Many coins from this era were struck quickly to meet demand, meaning sharply struck. Fully detailed examples are less common than collectors might expect. Because of this, top-quality mint state coins have become increasingly desirable among collectors building complete Washington quarter sets. The obverse of the 1981 D Washington quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The portrait was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and has remained one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the left. The date 1981 appears at the bottom, and the small D mint mark is located just to the right of the ribbon beneath Washington's neck. The reverse displays a majestic American bald eagle standing proudly on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military strength and national defense. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches representing peace, showing America's desire to balance strength with harmony. Around the top edge is United States of America, while EPLURABUSUNUM appears above the eagle. The denomination quarter dollar is displayed along the bottom. This classic reverse was also designed by John Flanagan and remained in use until the launch of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. The coin is composed of a copper core clad with outer layers of copper and nickel. It contains no silver. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, measures approximately 1.75 millimeters thick, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. The D mint mark indicates that this quarter was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. During 1981, both the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced circulating Washington quarters. The Denver Mint was responsible for striking hundreds of millions of quarters to satisfy nationwide demand. Unlike some earlier coins, the 1981 D clearly carries its mint mark. Coins without a mint mark from this year were struck in Philadelphia. The mint location itself does not automatically make a coin valuable, but differences in strike quality, preservation, and collector demand can create noticeable price differences between Philadelphia and Denver examples. The Denver Mint produced approximately 258,008,000 Washington quarters in 1981. This is a very large production number, making the coin common in circulated grades. Because so many were released into commerce, worn examples are plentiful and generally worth only face value. However, collectors quickly discover that truly outstanding mint state coins are much harder to locate. Many 1981 D quarters entered circulation immediately after production, leaving relatively few with flawless surfaces, sharp strikes, and attractive luster. As a result, certified mint state examples graded MS66, MS67, and especially MS67 Plus can command significant premiums. In poor or heavily worn condition, the 1981 D Washington quarter is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents because it remains a common circulating issue. Average circulated examples usually sell for around 25 cents to $1 depending on overall appearance and collector interest. Coins in fine condition often bring between $1 and $3, while extremely fine examples typically sell for approximately $3 to $8 if they display attractive detail and minimal wear. Uncirculated coins with original mint luster usually range from about $8 to $30 for lower mint state grades. Better preserved examples graded MS-64 or MS-65 often sell for $30 to $100 depending on eye appeal. High-grade certified coins become much more valuable. Coins graded MS-66 frequently sell for around $100 to several $100s. Exceptional MS-67 examples have sold for well over $1,000, while the finest known certified pieces have realized several $1,000s at major coin auctions. As with all collectible coins, actual value depends on certified grade, strike quality, eye appeal, and current market demand. Although regular 1981 D quarters are common, collectors actively search for mint errors because they can dramatically increase value. One desirable error is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the blank planchet was improperly positioned during striking. Depending on the percentage off-center, these coins may sell for hundreds of dollars. Broad strikes are another collectible error. These occur when the retaining collar fails during striking, causing the coin to spread outward without its normal raised rim. Clipped planchets where part of the metal blank is missing before striking are also sought after. Collectors should also watch for dramatic die cracks, die breaks, retained cuds, rotated die errors, wrong planchet strikes, and double strikes. Genuine doubled dies are scarce but highly collectible. Wrong planchet errors, where the quarter was accidentally struck on another denomination's blank, are among the most valuable and can sell for thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. One of the most exciting things about the 1981 D Washington quarter is that it can still be found today. Although many have circulated for decades, examples continue turning up in pocket change, bank rolls, old coffee cans, forgotten piggy banks, estate sales, inherited collections, and storage boxes that have not been opened for years. Most discoveries will be ordinary circulated coins, but every so often someone finds an uncirculated example or a valuable mint error that has gone unnoticed for decades. This possibility keeps collectors searching every day. Before selling any 1981 D quarter, examine it carefully under good lighting and magnification. Look for strong luster, minimal contact marks, sharp details, and any unusual striking errors. Never clean your coin, even if it appears dirty or tarnished. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and greatly reduce collector value. If you believe your coin is an exceptionally high-grade example or a significant mint error, consider having it professionally authenticated and graded. Proper storage in archival quality holders, coin flips, or hard plastic capsules will help preserve its condition for future generations. The 1981 D Washington quarter is not considered a rare circulation coin because of its large mintage, but investment potential exists in certified high-grade examples and genuine mint errors. Registry set collectors compete for the finest known specimens, which help support prices for top-quality coins. As more collectors assemble complete Washington quarter collections, demand for exceptional mint state pieces is expected to remain healthy. While ordinary circulated coins are unlikely to increase significantly in value, outstanding certified examples have demonstrated steady long-term collector demand. Many people spend 1981 D Washington quarters every day without realizing they are part of a coin design that served the United States for more than 6 decades before the state quarters program changed the reverse design. The portrait of George Washington has appeared on more American circulating coins than almost any other historical figure. Another interesting fact is that even though hundreds of millions of 1981 D quarters were produced, locating one with nearly perfect surfaces and a razor-sharp strike is surprisingly difficult. This is why top-grade certified examples command prices hundreds or even thousands of times greater than their face value. The next time you receive change from a store, don't ignore those ordinary-looking quarters because one small coin could be far more valuable than 25 cents. Check every 1981 D Washington quarter for outstanding condition, unusual mint errors, and exceptional eye appeal. You never know when you might discover a hidden collectible that has been overlooked for decades. Next coin. Next up, the 1984 P Washington quarter. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 25-cent coin that millions of people have used every day. However, collectors know that some 1984 P quarters are worth far more than their face value. While most examples remain common, certain high-grade coins and rare mint errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That is exactly why collectors continue searching through pocket change, old coin jars, bank rolls, inherited collections, and estate sales looking for this interesting coin. If you own a 1984 P Washington quarter, you should never assume it is only worth 25 cents because its condition and possible mint errors can make an enormous difference in value. The 1984 P Washington quarter belongs to the famous Washington quarter series that first entered circulation in 1932. The coin was originally introduced to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. What was intended as a one-year commemorative issue became one of the longest-running coin series in American history because the design was so popular with the public. By 1984, the United States was experiencing strong economic growth after the recession of the early 1980s. President Ronald Reagan was serving his first term, technology companies were beginning to expand rapidly, and personal computers were becoming increasingly common in American homes and businesses. The United States Mint was producing billions of circulating coins to meet the nation's demand for everyday commerce. The Philadelphia Mint played a major role in producing Washington quarters that year. Collectors often overlook coins from the 1980s because of their high mintages, but experienced numismatists understand that this decade contains many surprisingly valuable coins in exceptional condition. Since so many 1984 P quarters entered circulation immediately, finding one with perfect surfaces, strong luster, and virtually no contact marks has become much more difficult than many people realize. This challenge has made top-quality examples highly desirable among advanced collectors. The obverse or front of the 1984 P Washington quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the national motto In God We Trust is displayed to the left of his portrait. The date 1984 is located below, and the P mint mark appears to the right of the ribbon at the base of Washington's neck. The reverse shows a powerful bald eagle with its wings spread wide while standing proudly on a bundle of arrows, representing America's readiness to defend freedom. Two olive branches beneath the eagle symbolize peace. The inscriptions include United States of America, EPLURBUSUNUM, and the denomination quarter dollar. This reverse design also came from John Flanagan and remained in use until the state quarter program began in 1999. The 1984 P Washington quarter is composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to pure copper core. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. Although the coin appears silver in color, it actually contains no silver at all. As the United States switched to copper-nickel-clad coinage beginning in 1965, the P mint mark indicates that this quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint in Pennsylvania. Before 1980, Philadelphia quarters generally did not carry a mint mark, but beginning in 1980, the mint started placing the P on circulating quarters. Therefore, seeing a P on a 1984 quarter is completely normal. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most historic United States mint facilities. Because it produced enormous numbers of quarters during 1984, ordinary circulated examples are quite common. However, Philadelphia coins are still important to collectors because rare mint errors and superb mint state examples can command significant premiums. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately *676, 545,000 Washington quarters during 1984. This enormous production means the date itself is not considered rare. Millions entered circulation across the United States, making circulated examples easy to find even today. Although the mintage is extremely high, high-grade mint state coins become much scarcer. Coins graded MS67 or higher are difficult to locate because most quarters quickly develop scratches, bag marks, and wear during transportation and circulation. As a result, collectors pay substantial premiums for exceptional specimens. A heavily worn 1984 P Washington quarter in poor condition is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents. Average circulated examples usually remain worth between 25 cents and $1 depending on overall appearance. Coins in fine condition commonly sell for around $1 to $3 because they still display moderate detail. Extremely fine examples with only light wear often bring between $3 and $8 In dollars, attractive uncirculated coin with original mint luster may sell for approximately $10 to $40 depending on its quality. Mint state examples graded MS65 commonly trade between $20 and $60, while MS66 coins frequently sell for $75 to $200. The dollar's highest certified grades become dramatically more valuable because so few survive in nearly flawless condition. Superb gem examples graded MS67 have sold for several $100s, while exceptional certified specimens have reached well over $1,000 at major coin auctions. Actual values always depend on grading, eye appeal, certification, and current collector demand. One reason collectors carefully inspect every 1984 P quarter is the possibility of discovering valuable mint errors. Doubled die varieties can show noticeable doubling in letters, numbers, or design details. Off-center strikes occur when the coin is not properly aligned during striking, leaving part of the design missing. Broad strike errors happen when the retaining collar fails, producing a larger-than-normal coin without a complete rim. Collectors also search for clipped planchets where part of the metal blank is missing before striking. Die cracks can appear as raised lines caused by damaged dies, while rotated die errors occur when the front and back designs are misaligned. Wrong planchet errors, where a quarter is struck on a blank intended for another denomination, are among the rarest and most valuable mistakes. The most dramatic examples of these mint errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the type of error, its visibility, rarity, and condition. One of the most exciting things about the 1984 P Washington quarter is that it can still be found today. Many remain hidden in circulation: coin rolls from local banks, forgotten piggy banks, old coffee cans, family collections, inherited boxes, estate sales, flea markets, and antique stores. While most examples will only be worth face value, every search offers the possibility of discovering an outstanding high-grade coin or an important mint error. Many experienced collectors have built valuable collections simply by searching ordinary pocket change over many years. Before selling any 1984 P quarter, examine it carefully under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look closely for mint errors, strong luster, sharp details, and minimal scratches. Never clean your coin because even gentle polishing can permanently damage its surface and significantly reduce its value. Professional grading services can authenticate and grade exceptional examples, especially those that appear nearly perfect or show unusual mint errors. Store valuable coins in protective holders or archival quality flips to prevent scratches, fingerprints, moisture damage, and environmental contamination. From an investment perspective, the ordinary circulated 1984 P quarter is unlikely to become highly valuable because of its enormous mintage. However, certified high-grade examples continue attracting strong interest among collectors attempting to build complete Washington quarter registry sets. Rare mint errors also remain in steady demand because every error is unique in some way. As more top-quality coins become permanently housed in private collections, the finest surviving examples may continue appreciating over the long term. Investors should always focus on quality, rarity, originality, and professional certification rather than simply the date alone. Many people are surprised to learn that although the 1984 P quarter looks silver, it actually contains no silver whatsoever. Another interesting fact is that Philadelphia quarters did not normally carry a mint mark before 1980, making the P on this coin relatively modern in American coinage history. The Washington quarter design introduced in 1932 remained largely unchanged for nearly 7 decades before the state quarters program transformed the reverse designs beginning in 1999. Because billions of Washington quarters circulated for decades, many Americans unknowingly spent collectible coins without realizing their potential value. The next time you receive change from a store, don't spend your quarters too quickly because one small coin could be worth much more than 25 cents. Your 1984 P Washington quarter might be an ordinary circulation coin, or it could be a high-grade collectible or a rare mint error waiting to be discovered. Carefully check every detail, compare it with known varieties, and always protect coins that appear special. Hunt. Happy coin collecting, and good luck finding your next valuable Washington quarter. Next up, the 1994 D Washington quarter is one of the millions of quarter dollars produced for everyday circulation in the United States during the mid-1990s. Although it is not considered a rare date by itself, this coin has become increasingly popular among collectors because of its high-quality mint state examples, fascinating mint errors, and the possibility of finding valuable specimens in old collections or bank rolls. Many people overlook this coin because it appears common, but experienced collectors know that condition makes all the difference. A heavily worn 1994 D quarter may only be worth its face value, while a beautifully preserved mint state example or a coin with a rare mint error can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That possibility is exactly why collectors continue searching through pocket change, coin jars, and inherited collections looking for exceptional examples of this Denver Mint issue. The Washington Quarter series first began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the birth of America's first president, George Washington. The design proved so popular that it replaced the standing Liberty Quarter permanently and has remained one of the most recognized coins in American history. By 1994, the Washington Quarter had already been circulating for more than 60 years and had become an essential part of everyday commerce throughout the United States. The year 1994 was an interesting period in American history. The country was experiencing strong economic growth, rapid technological development, and increasing use of computers and the internet. Americans relied heavily on cash transactions, meaning quarter dollars were constantly used in vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, public telephones, arcades, and countless daily purchases. Because of this heavy demand, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters to keep enough coins in circulation. The 1994 D quarter represents the final years before one of the biggest changes in modern American coinage. Just 5 years later, the famous 50-state quarters program would completely redesign the reverse of the quarter, making coins much more popular with collectors. As a result, many numismatists today view the 1994 D issue as one of the last classic Washington quarters before the beginning of the state quarters era. The obverse of the 1994 D Washington Quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington. The portrait was designed by sculptor John Flanagan, whose artwork has appeared on the quarter since 1932. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," is displayed to the left. The date 1994 appears below the portrait, and the Denver Mint mark D is located just to the right of the ribbon at the base of Washington's neck. The reverse also features John Flanagan's design, showing a majestic bald eagle with its wings spread wide while resting on a bundle of arrows that symbolize military preparedness. Beneath the arrows are 2 olive branches representing peace. Around the outer edge are the inscriptions, United States of America, EPLURBUSUNUM, and quarter dollar. This classic reverse remained unchanged from 1932, until it was replaced by the state quarters design in 1999. The 1994 D Washington Quarter is composed of a copper core covered by outer layers of copper nickel, giving the coin its familiar silver appearance despite containing no silver. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, measures approximately 1.75 millimeters thick, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. These specifications had been standard for circulating quarters since the clad composition replaced silver in 1965. The D Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the United States Mint in Denver, Colorado. The Denver Mint has produced billions of coins throughout American history and is known for manufacturing large quantities of circulation coinage. Unlike Philadelphia issues of this period, Denver quarters carry the D Mint mark, making identification easy. Since 1980, Philadelphia quarters also include a P Mint mark, so every 1994 circulating quarter should display either a P or a D. A genuine missing mint mark would almost certainly be the result of damage after leaving the mint rather than an actual mint error. Collectors should be cautious of claims involving missing mint mark quarters unless they are authenticated by a respected grading service. Although the Denver Mint produced a very large number of 1994 quarters, collectors still seek outstanding mint state examples because the majority entered circulation and accumulated wear over many years. The Denver Mint produced approximately *880, 034 110 Washington quarters during 1994. This enormous production makes the 1994 D one of the common modern Washington quarters. It is not considered a key date, semi-key date, or scarce issue. However, while the date itself is common, finding coins with outstanding strike quality, brilliant original luster, and virtually flawless surfaces is much more difficult. High-grade certified examples become increasingly scarce as the grade rises, especially at the very top mint state levels. A heavily worn 1994 D Washington quarter in poor condition is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents because millions remain available. Most circulated examples showing moderate wear typically trade for around 25 cents to $1 depending on eye appeal. Coins grading fine usually sell for about 50 cents to $2, while extremely fine examples often bring between $1 and $4 because of their attractive detail and limited wear. Uncirculated coins with full mint luster generally sell for approximately $3 to $15 in lower mint state grades. Certified mint state examples graded MS65 commonly sell for around $15 to $35, while attractive MS66 pieces often reach $40 to over $100 depending on strike quality and market demand. The finest known certified examples, particularly those graded MS67 or better, can sell for several $100s and in some cases over $1,000 when exceptional eye appeal and registry set demand create strong competition. Like most modern coins, the highest auction prices are achieved only by the finest certified specimens with outstanding preservation. If the coin also displays a dramatic mint error such as a major off-center strike, wrong planchet, broad strike, or other significant production mistake, values can increase dramatically depending on the rarity and visual appeal of the error. Although the standard 1994 D quarter is common, collectors actively search for mint errors. Double die varieties may show noticeable doubling on letters, numbers, or parts of the design. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is not properly centered during striking, creating a dramatic appearance while retaining part of the date. Broad strikes happen when the retaining collar fails, allowing the coin to expand beyond its normal diameter. Clipped planchets occur when the blank was improperly cut from the metal strip, leaving a curved section missing from the coin. Die cracks can produce raised lines across the design, while retained die breaks create unusual raised metal areas. Rotated die errors occur when the reverse is not properly aligned with the obverse. Wrong planchet errors are among the rarest and most valuable, occurring when a quarter is accidentally struck on a blank intended for another denomination or foreign coin. These genuine mint errors are much scarcer than ordinary quarters and often command significant premiums from collectors. One exciting aspect of the 1994 D Washington quarter is that it can still occasionally be found in circulation today. Although many have become worn after decades of use, millions remain in cash registers, coin jars, old piggy banks, inherited collections, estate sales, and unopened bankrolls. Because most people spend little time examining modern quarters, valuable high-grade examples and genuine mint errors sometimes go unnoticed. Searching through rolls from banks continues to be one of the most affordable ways for collectors to hunt for exceptional specimens. Before selling a 1994 D quarter, carefully examine both sides under strong lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for sharp details, original mint luster, unusual doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other production errors. Never clean the coin because even gentle polishing can permanently damage the surface and significantly reduce its collector value. If the coin appears nearly perfect or displays an unusual error, consider submitting it to a professional grading service for authentication. Store valuable coins in acid-free holders, coin flips, capsules, or albums designed specifically for long-term preservation, and avoid touching the surfaces with bare fingers whenever possible. From an investment standpoint, the ordinary circulated 1994 D Washington quarter is unlikely to experience dramatic price growth because of its enormous mintage. However, certified high-grade examples continue to attract registry collectors who compete for the finest known coins. Genuine mint errors also remain in steady demand because every error is unique to some degree. As interest in modern coin collecting continues to grow, premium quality examples may continue appreciating over time, especially those with exceptional eye appeal and top certification grades. Many collectors don't realize that the 1994 D Washington quarter was produced only a few years before the famous 50-state quarters program transformed coin collecting across America. Another interesting fact is that although these quarters appear silver in color, they actually contain no silver at all, instead using a copper core sandwiched between copper-nickel outer layers. Because billions of quarters circulated during the 1990s, they became one of the most frequently handled coins in American history. Despite their common appearance, the finest surviving examples are surprisingly difficult to locate because most entered circulation immediately after leaving the mint. The 1994 D Washington quarter proves that even a common-looking coin can become exciting when you understand its history, condition, and potential mint errors. The next valuable coin could already be hiding in your pocket change, coin jar, bank rolls, or an old family collection waiting to be discovered. Always examine your quarters carefully before spending them because one exceptional example could be worth far more than its face value. If you enjoyed learning about the 1994 D Washington quarter, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment telling us your best coin find, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next valuable coin guide. Happy collecting and start checking your coins today. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight.